Hey everybody, I'm Nate Jackson and I'm an advisory solution engineer here at SailPoint. Today, we're going on a journey to learn how SailPoint and ServiceNow are better together. So what is the SailPoint Identity Security Cloud? SailPoint Identity Security Cloud is a purpose-built identity governance platform developed in a cloud-native way utilizing a common set of services. SailPoint is designed to allow you to understand, manage, and control the access needed to keep your business operational, safe, and competitive. Examples of how it does that: automated just-in-time access for new employees onboarding, employees that are moving in between job roles, employees that are leaving your organization, self-service access for access requests, certifications and attestations for audit and compliance, and everything in between. Now that we have a quick understanding of what SailPoint is, let's talk about what ServiceNow is. Now, ServiceNow is most commonly known as an ITSM or a ticketing solution, but it's actually a modern application platform very similar to SailPoint. Now, over the years, many applications and capabilities have been built on this platform, ITSM being one of them. At the end of the day, though, ServiceNow's core focus is providing your organization an engaging, easy-to-use end-user experience that bridges your front-of-office systems, your back-of-office systems, and allows you to automate all of those manual processes, procedures, and workflows that you have in-house. So how do SailPoint and ServiceNow work together? The first way that they work together is via our catalog connector. This allows us to continue to leverage the investments that you've made in the ServiceNow end-user experience for end-user self-service and SailPoint's deep domain expertise in provisioning, deprovisioning access for your employee populations. This means that your employees can still go to the same place to request what they've always requested, but behind the scenes, SailPoint fulfills those requests. The next way that they work together is via the service desk integration. What this means is, as anybody in the access space understands, not every application is going to have a live connection to an automation tool or a provisioning tool. Many times you'll have applications that are sensitive or just old that require offline manual interaction. With this type of integration, we can programmatically build in the governance, the controls, the requests into SailPoint. And whether they are requested through the ServiceNow integration or directly, we can choose to create manual fulfillment tickets in ServiceNow for those manual activities to occur. Again, leveraging ServiceNow's best-of-breed capabilities and all of their inbuilt deep domain expertise around fulfillment flows. The next is our governance connector, and this is very straightforward. It lets us treat ServiceNow as a standard data source. Now, what that means is as you have a new employee coming on board, they can automatically get a ServiceNow user account via SailPoint lifecycle provisioning. It also means that, as your employees and their relationships with your organization change over time, they can request new permissions, rights, and roles within ServiceNow through this same process that we've defined, the same experience for end user self-service, but without you needing to build any additional technical or innovation debt, on or off ServiceNow. And the last is via SailPoint workflows. We have a number of pre-built actions and activities so that you can automatically inject, interact with, create, manage, update ServiceNow tickets based on activities, actions, and events that occur in SailPoint. Now that we have an understanding of what the two are and how they work together, let's take a look at this live. We begin our day through the eyes of Randy Knight. Randy's an employee with company XYZ working in their financial operations business unit. Randy was recently promoted to an elevated individual contributor role and requires some additional access to perform his duties. Instinctually, Randy navigates to the ServiceNow Employee Center, knowing it's his one-stop shop for all of his self-service needs. Utilizing the inbuilt search capabilities, Randy types in a keyword related to the access he's looking for, and then selects the specific piece of access he needs for his new role. Seamlessly, the system brings him directly into the access request system where he specifies notes, for the reviewer so that they can use these contextually to make it either an approval or a rejection decision for the access, as well as an expiration date for the access, because not all access needs to be forever. As with all other experiences in ServiceNow, Randy easily hits the submit button and a request is automatically generated for him, which he can track and check the status of at any point in time from his My Request Center. Here he can see where it is in the fulfillment process and who, if any, personas are required to approve this before his access is granted. Now that we've seen the initial request in process, let's jump over to Amanda, who is Randy's manager and the next stop in our journey today. Shifting our focus to Amanda. Amanda is Randy's direct supervisor at Company XYZ. And a large part of Amanda's role is removing roadblocks for her team, ensuring they have the tools they need to work effectively. Sometimes this means reviewing and approving an access request. Other times it means proactively requesting access for her team. Now, recent changes at Company XYZ have resulted in new applications being implemented, and Amanda is going to proactively request access for her team, just taking one more thing off of their plates so they can focus on their day-to-day. Again, starting from the Employee Center, Amanda is able to quickly and easily navigate to the Manage Access quick link, select members of her team that she needs to request this new access for, and then use contextual searches to find the access itself. Now, what Amanda appreciates is that if she needed to, she could leverage all of these search components. They're all additive and really helps her refine the search for the access she needs at a point in time. But here she's found what she needs. She selects it, hits next, and can contextually add comments for the approvers so they can confidently make an approval or rejection decision for the access, as well as set an end date for the access, because again, not all access needs to be forever. As with everything else in ServiceNow, Amanda hits the submit button and a request is created for each of the individuals for their newly created access. Now, again, like we saw with Randy, at any point in time, Amanda or the individuals themselves can go into their requests, take a look at what has been requested, see where it is in the fulfillment process, and who, if anyone, is required to approve this. Now, getting back to the rest of Amanda's job, again, here within her Employee Center, she's able to see that she actually has a task waiting for her approval. Wanting to learn more about this, Amanda clicks into it, where she's able to see all of the information about the request Randy submitted earlier, along with any notes and any steps that may have occurred in the creation of this, giving her all of the information she needs to confidently make an approval decision in this case. Now, behind the scenes, after this has been approved, the request is passed over to SailPoint, and SailPoint, using all of its deep domain expertise and refinement, is provisioning the access automatically, assigning it to Randy's identity record, making it available for future certifications and attestations, all while communicating with ServiceNow and providing active statuses as it goes through that fulfillment process, leaving us with complete visibility at the request level. Now, in addition to asking for access, periodically Amanda also has a need to review the access of her team. In this case, we're going to take a look at Randy and ensure that the access he had previously before his promotion is still accurate. Now, we can see that Randy still has Prism user level access, which is going to be replaced with the reporting access that she just approved and is in the process of provisioning, but Amanda wants to proactively remove this. The process to do that is just as simple as requesting access. She simply selects it, adds a comment, and submits it. Again, a request is created, and she's able to track the status of this request from her requests, where she can also see the progress of the removal and if anyone is required to approve the removal beforehand. Our last stop on our journey today is through the eyes of our administrator, and we're going to take a look at this from both a ServiceNow administrator's perspective and a SailPoint administrator's perspective. What our ServiceNow administrator really appreciates is that this is all installed via a trusted ServiceNow store app that ServiceNow and SailPoint have co-published. It is put together in a way that the integration can be configured with clicks, not code, in collaboration with their SailPoint or identity counterpart. They can determine how they want end users to authenticate and authorize themselves for access submissions, what kind of approvals they want, if they are going to be in SailPoint, ServiceNow, or maybe a combination of the two. Do they want to do things like enforce mandatory access sunset dates like we've seen here today? And even get as bespoke as defining exactly which components are viewable and visible during the request page. A lot of organizations actually don't want to show roles. They use those specifically for birthright access, and that can easily be modified here. From a SailPoint administrator's perspective, they really appreciate that this is a seamless experience for all of the requesters out there. Again, they get to use the look, the feel that they encounter in their day-to-day lives for all other self-service activities, but they have the trust that SailPoint, with its deep domain expertise, is handling and facilitating all of that fulfillment, whether that is automated, directly connected with the applications, or even in conjunction with ServiceNow, creating tickets for manual remediation within an application. In either event, all of it is collected and cataloged within the Identity Security Cloud so that your identity admins, your security team, and your auditors have a single pane of glass to go to review and reflect on what has occurred, conduct examinations, and compile year-end audit logs. Here we're going to take a look at one of the personas we saw earlier today, being Aaron Nichols. So we can click on Aaron's identity record. We can take a look at Aaron's events. And we can see there were a number of activities earlier today as we requested access for Aaron. If we look at this within the context of Aaron's access history timeline, again, we can follow this up. So here is the date that we have performed these activities. We can see what entitlements and access profiles were added to his identity. And then we can also see everything that happens before and after that. Hopefully this has given you a snapshot into how SailPoint and ServiceNow are better together, taking two best of breed technologies and combining them so that you have the best possible end user self-service experience with the protection and security of a deep domain expertise solution like SailPoint for automated access provisioning, removals, governance, and auditing. We thank you for your time today, and we look forward to talking to you more in the future.